I now hand the conference over to Mr. Annamalai Jayaraj from Batlivala and Karani Securities India Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Stephen. Welcome to TVS Motor Company Q2FY22 post-result conference call. From TVS Motors Management, we have with us today Mr. K. N. Radhakrishnan, Director and Chief Executive Officer, and Mr. K. Gopal Desikan, Chief Financial Officer. I will now hand over the call to Mr. K. N. Radhakrishnan for the opening remarks and answer session. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. First, let me take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy Navaratri. Advance wishes for Diwali. Trust all of you, your family members are safe. I request each one of you to continue to be careful, maintain the COVID-appropriate behavior of masking, sanitization, social distancing. I'm very sure everyone would have completed the second vaccination as well. May God bless all of you with great health, lots of happiness, peace, and prosperity. During this quarter, company posted highest ever revenue of 5,619 crores and highest ever EBITDA of 562 crores. Despite various challenges in terms of increasing commodity costs, scarcity of containers for international business, and shortage of semiconductors. Achievement of these results were aided through significant cost reduction initiatives and growth in revenue. We are happy to inform that the company's premium scooter brand TVS NTORQ 125 achieved new milestone by crossing 1 million mark. Thanks to all the customers of TVS NTORQ 125. And BMW 310 series motorcycle crossed 1 lakh mark in less than 5 years. I think again, thanks to all the customers globally, BMW G310R and 310GS. Okay, this is now available in 120 countries. During the last 3 months, we launched 2 new products, 125cc segment TVS Raider and TVS Jupiter 125. Excellent feedback received from the market for both TVS Raider and TVS Jupiter 125. TVS Raider is a naked street design motorcycle globally for the Gen Z, equipped with best-in-class acceleration, first-in-segment ride modes, reverse LCD cluster, and outstanding mileage through powerful advanced 3V engine, TVS Intellego, and ETFI technology. And upcoming TVS Smart Connect variant will offer TFT cluster, Bluetooth connectivity, and voice assist. We launched TVS Jupiter 125 this month, packed with Zyada se bhi Zyada industry first-in-class features. New 125cc engine with ETFI, TVS Intellego, best-in-segment acceleration and mileage, industry-best 33-liter under-seat storage, which stores 2 full-face helmets for the customers, longest seat, unique progressive styling, LED headlamp, front external fuel filling, and so on, and metal max body, and I can keep elaborating the attractive features in this product. Now coming to sales during Q2, company operating revenue grew by 22%, clocking 5,619 crores, which is the highest. Vis-a-vis the last year, same quarter of 4,605 crores. Domestic market, we sold 5.99 lakh units of two-wheelers as against last year 6.5 lakh units. Better than the industry growth. International market, company sold 2.7 lakhs two-wheelers unit with a growth of 46% as against 1.85 lakhs last year during the same quarter. Again here, we have grown ahead of the industry. Total two-wheeler sales for the quarter is 8.7 lakhs unit against last year's 8.34. Again, total also we are better than the industry growth. The mix of premium products, Apache, NTORQ, Jupiter Classic, Grande and overall grew to almost 34%. We lost Apache because of semiconductor availability, almost 25,000 during this quarter. Else, the premium product proportion would have been much higher. Total sales of three-wheelers is at 0.47 lakh units against 0.33 lakh during last year, same quarter. Profit EBITDA during the quarter is 562 against is the highest. Last year, similar period EBITDA is 430 crores. Company registered an EBITDA of 10% as against last year's 9.3. This includes 0.4 benefit of RODTP relating to the earlier 2 quarters. As I said, during the same quarter, semiconductor availability, we lost more than 25,000 of Apache, where we had an extremely good demand. During the quarter, company faced significant headwinds due to commodity price increases. With the focus on product mix, premiumization, sustained cost reduction initiatives, and price increases, we could manage the material cost vis-a-vis last quarter and last year. PBT for the quarter is 377 crores as against 267 crores. Profit after tax is 278 crores as against last year's 196 crores. During the quarter, focused working capital management helped in improving the operating and improved operating performance helped the company to generate a free cash flow of 1,090 crores. For the first half, PBT before the exceptional item is 479 crores. We incurred about 30 crores towards the COVID-19 expenses during H1. The profit after tax is 331 crores as against last year's 57 crores. On Indonesia TVS, we sold 28,500 units of two-wheelers against last year's 14,700 units. Despite a huge challenge of wave 2 in Indonesia, TVS registered three-wheeler sales of 2,400 as against last year's 1,250. TVS posted an operating PBT of $0.9 million as against $0.05 million last year. H1, TVS posted a PBT of 1.3 million as against a loss of 1.3 million during last year's first half. I already highlighted the 2 product launches of TVS Raider and Jupiter 125. Excellent feedback from the market. Thanks to every customer who have received it well. In addition, we have also launched for the season advanced range of TVS Apache RTR 160 4V series with new headlamp assembly, signature daytime running lamp, 3 ride modes, urban, sport, rain. Top variant will be equipped with the TVS Smart Connect. We have also launched TVS Jupiter, now equipped with various additional features which includes engine kill switch, mobile charger, lockable glove box, etc. TVS Radeon now comes with black and red and black and blue dual tone color options. We have introduced the coral silk colors and satin matte finish TVS Excel. TVS Ntorq 125 Race XP, new era of connectivity, power and style. It has got Smart Connect and ride modes, and this is the only scooter in the 125cc segment to have more than 10 PS power. We also launched build to order platform in RR 310, making its foray into factory customization and personalization. The TVS Apache RR 310 customers can now select preset kits, graphic options, rim color options, personalized race numbers. There are dynamic race, offer an array of features that further accentuate performance and styling as per customer usage and needs. This platform will be introduced across other products portfolios from a stable of TVS Motor Company in a phased manner. During last quarter, we acquired majority stake in the European e-bike Ego movement through subsidiary in TVS Singapore to build an aspirational product portfolio while nurturing sustainable and scalable brands. This is as part of our overall strategy to expand global presence in developed markets, commencing with Europe. It's a Swiss technology company providing innovative mobility solutions through portfolio of e-bikes, e-cargo bikes, e-scooters. In terms of EV, excellent positive response again from TVS iQube Electric. It continues to draw very good interest from the EV intenders and very healthy pipeline booking. Biggest challenge we are facing here is the e-bomb material availability on time. That is affecting our production. iQube currently launched in 33 cities. We are planning to reach across the country by end of this financial year. The company is progressing as per plan to invest 1,000 crores in building the portfolio, next level of capacities and market development and product portfolio. We are creating a capacity of 10,000 per month in last quarter of this year. We are also planning for aggressive capacity plans. They are being worked out for 22-23 financial year. We are committed to lead the technology development in EV and green fuel. Towards electrification, our product portfolio is in plan for catering to segments in two-wheelers and three-wheelers. We entered into a strategic partnership with Tata Power to set up electric vehicle charging infrastructure across the country. In our vision of electrification, we envisage a wide and reliable charging infrastructure for EV customers across India. Our partnerships with widespread and reliable charging network partners like Tata Power, CESL will substantially enhance the customer convenience. During the meeting held today, the board approved for establishing a separate subsidiary under TVS Motor to operate its EV business. The subsidiary will give us freedom, better focus, and flexibility to create scale in the EV business globally. When we look at H2, the government vaccination drive and the COVID appropriate behavior adherence seems to be helping in reduced positivity ratio and severity of COVID-19. Normal monsoon is definitely helping agriculture. A bit worried that a little bit of flooding, especially in the rural area during this Navratra season. Hopefully for Dhanteras, we are expecting this should come down. Navratri festival season was a bit subdued this year because there was no pent-up demand compared to last year. However, during this Navratra season, we have gained almost 2% market share in Vahan. With the monsoon settling down and the rural market likely to do better for the Diwali season, we are expecting to do very well. New products of 125cc segment, TVS Raider, TVS Jupiter 125, and all the other product refreshes and upgrades, whatever we have delivered in Excel or Radeon, Jupiter and Ntorq, Apache 4V, 164V, BTO, all are definitely going to excite the customers, and we are confident of growing much better than the industry during the season going forward. Exports continue to do well, two-wheelers and three-wheelers. This is likely to be fueled by the stable economic and political situation in all the TVS operating geographies. Crude oil prices are stable and it is positive. The Bangladesh, where we had COVID challenges, is opening out. Restrictions related to the Sri Lanka is also relaxing its restrictions on the import of vehicles. All this will help improve our sales in international markets. Though container availability continues to be a challenge, some of the South Asian markets are yet to come out from COVID-related pandemic. We are confident that thanks to our customers and the product range what we have, we will do extremely well. Better than the industry, surely. Three-wheeler demand is robust and we will continue to grow ahead of the industry. We are continuing to witness the trend of premiumization in all markets. So we are confident that our premium products such as Apache, now Raider and Ntorq, Jupiter ZX and above will continue to do well in the domestic and international markets. With appropriate countermeasures, we were able to improve the premium product production from September. Along with long-term relationship with semiconductor suppliers and tying up with additional sources, we are able to now minimize the shortages in semiconductors. The company has taken up prices in October, about 1.1%. There is a commodity cost pressure because of the aluminum increases. I think we will going forward mitigate this with cost increases with product mix maximization, sustained cost reduction initiatives, and the growth better than the industry growth in both the domestic and industry will help us on the EBITDA growth trajectory. In terms of our product portfolio, we are very strong portfolio of brands like Apache, Jupiter, Ntorq, Star Range, HLX, Radeon, TVS King, along with our new products like Raider and Jupiter 125. I'm very confident that the revenue growth, increased premiumization, continued cost reduction initiatives, we will lead to have sustained EBITDA improvement. I'm very sure, despite various headwinds in Q2 21-22, this Q2 we were able to achieve EBITDA of 10% and the best both revenue and EBITDA absolute values. With expected demand improvement in Diwali season, good response for the new product, and the entire product range and the cost reduction we are very confident we'll go ahead of the industry and we will continue our EBITDA growth journey. Thank you.
So can we open for Q&A?
Yes.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Jinesh Gandhi from Motilal Oswal Financial Services. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Congrats on good performance. First of all, can you share data on export revenues, spare revenues, and dollar realization?
Export revenue for the quarter, just give me a minute, it's about 1,834 crores.
Okay. Spares and USD realization?
Mexican USD, just a minute.
Sure.
It's around 74.40, 74.40.
Right. And spares revenues?
Spares revenues, $984.
84 crores. Okay. So secondly, clarification on this roadmap benefit in this quarter. You said 40 basis point benefit is there for previous quarters. And what would be it for current quarter?
Current quarter is about
So your question is not clear. What is your question, please?
What's the benefit of RODTEP scheme for second quarter?
No, I see on money terms, it's around 15 crores for this quarter.
Okay. Got it. And so lastly, on when we look at your expectations for industry on the festive season sales, I believe Navratras have been down in double digits for the industry. Do you expect overall festive season to be flattish, or what are your expectations for the industry as a whole?
So far, it was a little bit subdued, but I told you there are two reasons. One is the pent-up, like last year, is not there. Plus, this time the unusual rains has a little bit affected definitely the harvesting. So now the rains are a little bit settling down. So I am hoping that the Diwali season should be good.
So you expect some catch-up to happen during Diwali?
Before that, there's one correction. I think on the spares, what we have indicated 984 is for the first half. But what is for Q2 is not 984. It is 640.
640. Sorry.
Got it. Okay. And lastly, on this, you talked about some stability in semiconductor supplies. So we expect Q2 onwards some normalcy to restore, particularly for Apache volumes?
Apache, we were able to take some internal countermeasures that has helped. But in the area of iQube, we are still having some challenges. We are having some very good discussion with some other suppliers, and I'm very sure they will also try to support us.
Okay, got it. Thanks. I'll come back into a few more questions. Thanks.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pramod Kumar from UBS. Please go ahead.
Thanks a lot for the opportunity, sir. A couple of questions. First one is on the EV plan. I see that you have mentioned that it's EV mobility business globally. So just wanted to understand what all will it house in addition to the India EV business and Ego Movement. Is there something else which will move in terms of your investments in a lot of these internet startups or IoT companies? So what all will this e-mobility subsidiary house in itself?
As of now, it's a part of our strategy, Pramod. So we are on the, first of all, we are investing, as I told you, more than 1,000 crores to create a product portfolio of EV products from the company in addition to iQube, which you will see very shortly. Some of the products will be coming in the forthcoming quarters. In addition, you have seen the Ego as a very good investment, because in the European market, this is the trend we have seen. So this subsidiary will definitely give us, as I said, freedom, better focus and flexibility to create the scale in this area. And we are looking at, like I said last time itself, this product portfolio, you can look at global markets as an opportunity, both developing and developed markets.
Fair enough, sir. And on the India EV ramp-up, understanding the near-term headwinds on the semiconductor side, but if you can help us understand where is the demand for you, say, for example, in the 30-odd cities? What is it? Because I understand even in all these cities, you won't have the product available with all the dealers. There will be only a handful of dealers who will have the product in those cities as well. So if you can just help us understand what would demand look like if capacity was not a constraint, and by when do you expect to cross, say, certain milestones like, say, 5,000 or 10,000, which then it starts becoming a more reasonable volume number? Currently at around 700 units, it kind of doesn't fully reflect the demand on the ground. So it can help us understand where the demand could be.
The iQube is very well appreciated by the customers as a real good quality, exactly like an IC scooter. It has got all the features of EV and it has got all the benefits of the normal scooter. At this point of time, we are targeting 10,000 per month from January. Okay, we have created internal capacities. Work is going on. I wish we are able to get a little bit better on the Ego, the e-bomb material. There are genuine challenges in terms of COVID wave 2 affecting many parts of Malaysia, Taiwan, especially this part of the world affecting that has definitely affected in the last 1.5 to 2 months. But we are in discussion with many of our partners, and they will definitely support us.
And sir, just a clarification, you said 10,000 per month, that's the assembly capacity, but the semi capacity is what will decide throughput. So just want to understand what could be
we have to, at this point of time, work on the overall capacity and drive, and every supplier will align. It is not a question of, because everybody wants to sell more.
Okay, fair enough. So last question from me on the container shortage side, because we see that export numbers have been kind of stable at a particular level for the last few months. Just want to understand how much is of a bottleneck currently you're facing on the container side, and what could be the kind of order backlog which you have on exports, and which could result in step up in export numbers from the current level once this container issue sorts itself out.
It is a daily challenge. According to me, we have been struggling with this for the last few months. Both availability and also the time taken for delivering. The retails are extremely good in most of the markets. So quantification is going to be really challenging. So we are now looking at how do we further enhance and work with many of the freight forwarders, and how do we deliver that? That is what we are working out, and it is a continued challenge, but we are pretty confident that we will see some improvement possibly in this quarter and going forward.
Fair enough, sir. Thanks a lot, and best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kapil Singh from Nomura. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Congrats on a great set of results. Firstly, I wanted to check on the industry. We have not been seeing positive growth for last few months. So do you expect industry to end on a positive note this year in FY22?
Year as a whole, it is too early to commit, because the COVID-3 wave, I think thanks to the vaccination drive and the appropriate behavior I think the feeling is the positivity ratio is reduced, severity seems to be settling down. So that is a good news. Another good news is the agricultural sector should do well, even though this Navratra season we have heavy rains and some issues related to harvesting. So we should look at it. The challenge is the price increases what every manufacturer has taken in the market. That is the ability of the customers to buy is continuing to be a little bit of challenge, but I'm pretty confident that once the fear of this COVID settles down, you will see definitely two-wheelers started picking up, because I always believe that today the demand what you're seeing is because of the last maybe 12 quarters or 15 quarters of lot of changes from demonetization to BS3 to BS4 to BS6 and all safety all got bunched up, and 30-40%, almost 40% increase in the cost and the price in a very short span is what we are seeing. Otherwise, if you look at in terms of the GDP penetration, the mobility, the kind of infrastructure what the government has created, there is a huge demand for two-wheelers. It should come back. It's a question of time that once the fear goes away and the kind of income generation starts coming into the industry, I think it should come back. So we have to be cautiously watchful in terms of wave 3. But I'm getting a bit positive on the COVID wave 3 situation, and should look some improvement in the market going forward.
Okay, good to hear that.
I will not be able to say what will be cumulatively, because whatever Q1 and Q2 numbers we know, okay, and Q1 and Q2 are not comparable also, because it is on last year it is COVID, and this year partial COVID wave 2, and practically Q2 was okay, this year was okay, and Q3 last year we had pent up demand and a good growth, primarily which belonged to Q1 and Q2 according to me last year. So that is the way we have to look at it, because many a times we have a tendency to look at Q3 over Q3. But what has gone before last year, Q1 was completely washed out and Q2 was a lot of anxiety. All of that got into the benefit of Q3. So that way, looking at Goli may not be the right approach, is my feeling.
Understood. And sir, on the spare side, we see that there is a big ramp up that we have seen this quarter. So should it be looked on a half yearly basis, or is there something more to call out here?
I think the Desikan corrected it. Sorry for that. 984 is for the quarter, so for the first half.
No, I got that, but still, I mean, I see the numbers, they are much higher than the run rates that we have been doing. So I just wanted to understand.
Numbers we were doing similar numbers even in the past.
Okay, because what I have is run rate of more in the range of 500 crores odd, and this quarter we have done 600 crores plus. So it looks like almost, if I am correct, it's a 40% growth.
No, average we have done similar range as a total revenue. If you look at spare parts, this has been the range.
So average, you mean we should look at H1 numbers basically?
Yeah.
Got it. And lastly, on electric vehicles, we've formed a subsidiary, and also on the capex plans, if you can talk about, because we have seen 250 crores of capex and also some 300 crores of investments. So what is the full year plan, and what are the areas in which those investments or capex can go? And does TVS also need to look at external funding, or do you think there is no such requirement that you see at this stage?
I think capex for the year, I think last time also I indicated with the EV coming in, it will be about 750 crores. About this new subsidiary that gives us a lot of flexibility, we will come back to you with more details.
Okay. And on the investment plan? For the full year, what should we look at?
Investments, I think TVS CS will be about 200 crores for the year.
Yeah, it will be around 200 crores for the year. And see, overall, the first half we have invested around 500 crores. Probably another 250 to 300 crores will be the second half related investments, which includes this TVS CS related.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Gunjan Prithani from Bank of America. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for taking my question. I just had this follow-up on the capex only. If you can give some color on what has this 500 crore investment gone towards in the first half. In bulk of this I see is 330 crores in this quarter. So if you can just give us some more information on what this investment is for.
EV and products.
So ego is here already included in this.
Investments is predominantly ego, right? So basically.
No, it's ego is around 140 crores we have invested. TVS Credit Services is another 100 crores gone there. We had also invested in Norton in the beginning of the year, close to 120 crores. That's what it is overall.
Okay, got it. And when you talk about this 1,000 crore EV investment, I'm guessing the ego and some of the global investments that you're making are not part of this 1,000 crore capex plan.
So capex plan, this 1,000 crores, it is only investment. We are not saying this is part of. This is basically for building the portfolio, next levels of capacities and market development. And product portfolio, we have a very, very structured program on the product portfolio in addition to iQube, which you will see, in the forthcoming quarters. Both the two-wheeler and the three-wheeler.
Okay, got it. And sir, can you just give us directionally some sense on how we should think about the commodity inflation? Because you mentioned that there are incremental cost pressures as well. So does the October price kind of cover up the incremental inflation we are seeing?
See, we have taken up price almost 1.1. Still, there may be an uncovered portion of about 0.5, 0.6. That we are looking at in terms of both product mix, premiumization, cost reduction, overall revenue growth. I think we have to constantly look at it and keep moving.
Okay, got it. And last question on this subsidiary. I know this is very early stages, given you've just announced the formation for this structure. But does it in any way given is there an openness to look at, let's say, alliances or look at other partnerships? Given we are trying to put this business separate from the parent business. I mean, I'm just trying to get the thought process because we called out this 1,000 crore investment last quarter itself. So the subsidiary is a follow-on decision, but just the thought process behind it.
This subsidiary, as I told you, gives us a lot of freedom, better focus, flexibility, and it will help us create a huge scale in the EV area globally.
Okay. Any partnerships we are open to, or we are comfortable with this 1,000 crore funding that we've called out?
It gives us freedom, better focus, and flexibility.
Got it. All right. I'll join back the queue.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nishit Jalan from Axis Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for the opportunity and congratulations on very good set of numbers. Sir, I have two questions. Firstly, on the export side, can you give some more regional color as to how demand is shaping up across different regions? And the context why I'm asking this is we have recently seen that Naira has depreciated quite significantly against US dollar in parallel markets, gone to as high as 550 to 570 against the official rate of 400. So are you seeing any major inflation because of this and any impact on demand? And second question is on, sir, you have invested about 130 crores in a company called TVS Supply Chain. So just wanted to understand, is this a new subsidiary? What kind of stake we have? And where are these investments going on? Thank you so much.
In terms of the international market, like I said, vis-a-vis what kind of instability or kind of currency fluctuations we have seen in the past. In comparison to that, now it is much, much better. And again, the reasonably stable economic and political situation in most of the countries. Crude oil prices are stable. So these are all positive, whether it is Africa, South and Central America. All these countries can definitely boost the exports. And fortunately, the COVID situation is far better. And Bangladesh is also easing out. So overall, if I look at it, our growth opportunity and the demand is robust in international market, and we are pretty confident that both in two-wheeler and three-wheeler, we will grow ahead of the industry. Industry will do well, and we will grow ahead of the industry.
Sir, my answer was actually more specific on Nigeria because from 400 to 550 naira movement against dollar, that's a very sharp movement. So have you seen any impact, or this impact will come with a lag? Even the Nigerian central government is looking to, I think, devalue the currency to kind of bring it in more relationship with the parallel rate. So basically, you are indicating so far you have not seen any negative impact, and you don't foresee anything as well in the demand.
We have seen similar instances in some of these countries in the past also. So I think what we need to look at is the consumer sentiments, the demand, the requirement, and the need for the customers using it. As you know, the demand in these markets, it's like taxi segment in a big way, and this is the key employment opportunity for them. So I don't think it will have a serious impact at this point of time.
Got it, sir. Thank you. And so second question on TVS supply chain.
TVS supply chain is a strategic investment.
And the percentage is around just 2%. It's a very small stake, 2 to 3%.
So basically, you're saying you have taken 2 to 3% stake in TVS supply chain for 130 crores. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So because then it puts the valuation of TVS supply chain at a very big number, right? Almost a $1 billion kind of a number. And
that's why I said it's a strategic investment.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nitin Arora from Axis Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for taking my question. So just a question on the electric. You said that the focus is to start selling 10,000 a month. In such situation, because we are seeing the penetration eventually going up for the electric, how would you try to tackle the challenges of your base business? Because there is everyone who's launching, whether it's the people funded by private equity, whether it's you guys. But somebody don't have a base business, so he doesn't need to be, for him it's a fresh market. Does that become so easy that whatever the EV will come out will actually come out from the ICE part only? So, will that be easy to continue and start taking price hikes? Because it's the way you are taking price hikes, it looks like the EV pricing and your ICE pricing will converge one day. So can you throw some light? What's the strategy here to really, to minimize the impact on the ICE part?
One correction, the raw material is applicable even for EV. Okay, there is a frame, there is a chassis, there is a seat, there are many parts. Only engine is not there. Okay, so the price increase is applicable whether it is steel, part, plastic, or whatever material. Okay, so that is one correction on your query. And if I look at it, these are technologies which are likely to happen. We started the EV technology and designing our own product and sub-assembly, subsystems 4-5 years back, and this investment has gone in terms of today what you are seeing iQube is that rigorous investment in R&D, and that is the strength of TVS, and that is why we are also coming up with a product portfolio. Now, coming to scooter category, we are now scooter in India used to be 70-75% at some point of time. When EV becomes more and more in the scooters, the category will expand. So it's not that So there is a great opportunity. There is a great opportunity. Seize this opportunity. This is one. Number two. The numbers and the product range what we have in the international market. So IC will coexist and also EV. And EV we have a great opportunity to go to both the developed markets as well as developing markets. So I see it is a great opportunity and we have to concurrently run. And the strength of TVS is very strong R&D, design and development, and the most important.
Request all the participants, please stay connected while we reconnect the management. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the line for the management reconnected. Thank you.
Sorry, the line got cut. And what is most important, the strength of TVS is ability to design, develop, and create the local supply chain. So it's really, Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is not just producing something. It is designing and developing in India with Indian engineers and capable global partnerships. That is the capacity of TVS.
Okay. You're right, sir. The cost of raw material is going up for the EV, but we are not seeing the EV prices going up. Maybe the battery prices must be falling. So the question was more from that side. So
that's these are all technologies which are very, very early stages. Okay. So you have to wait for the. Most importantly, why we are very happy is today every customer. We have almost now 5,000 customers. They are delighted. And we have a huge order book. Okay, so I wish I'm able to get E-Bomb better supplies. So what you need to get is the customer delight, and that we have got it in iQ.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Satyam Thakur from Credit Suisse. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. So, first question on EVs again. EV market has seen the launch by certain startups who seemingly have products with good specs and lower price point than us as well. So, in that context, in that environment, how do you see the TVS strategy evolving here? Would we also have to match that level of competitive intensity, and especially now when our volumes start going up from January onwards? Or do you think we will maintain the current level of margin profile that we have on this?
Can you little bit louder, because I was not able to clearly hear you.
Sorry. So I'll just repeat. So the EV market has seen launches by certain startups who seem to have products with better specs than us, probably at least on paper, and lower price points as well. So how will TVS strategy evolve in response to this? Do you see TVS also having to match that level of competitive intensity, or do you think we are okay with the current level of profitability that we have, and even with higher volumes from January onwards?
See, we are focused as a company. We are focused on the customer. Okay, for me, competition is a reverence, and I always respect all the competitors. Okay, and we have a very clear strategic plan of coming up with product portfolio very clearly for the customer segments. This is number one. Number two, any EV kind of a product we treat it as an investment. Once the customer is delighted, then sky is the limit. You can always take it, and in the case of EV, global market is available for you. Okay, so that is going to be our strategy, very clear strategy.
And just to follow up, so currently our margin on the iQ, would that be, in the negative at the EBITDA level, or are we breaking even already?
The EBITDA margins all will get set right when you are able to meet up the demand. I think once the volume comes, we will get a better partnership with the supply chain. We will be able to reduce the cost of sales. I think it's a journey. I think first you have to invest, and customers, once they get delighted, it's a question of another 4 quarters, 6 quarters, where we will work with the suppliers and our own design ability, and also partnership with cell manufacturers. How do we cut down the cost? But what is most important, you have to get right. A big tick is the customer liking your product, and once they get it right, then scale benefits will follow in. That is exactly what we have done, even in TVS Motor strategy. First we focused on JD Power number 1. Once we got all the JD Power number 1 for 4 years, 5 years, both in product as well as in customer satisfaction, we started putting the right products, and we started gaining market share. Then concurrently we have started now EBITDA journey. Now we are always double digit margin. So it's a concurrent journey. We have to take it up very systematically. Okay, look at our Indonesia's journey. First we got the product right. We started now it is almost now 10,000 per month. So once you get the revenue up, it is beneficial for everybody, the entire supply chain. Without top line, there is no line. So first you get the top line right. Concurrently you work on, first you get your customer delight first, top line right, grow ahead of the industry. Then you can get every other cost right, and you will be profitable.
Thank you for that. And the second question, so again on margins on the other side, ICE side of the portfolio, we have had great discipline on passing through the cost increases in the last few quarters. But like in the festive season also, one gathers that that the price increases is one of the key factors why demand seems to be soft. So how do you see that shaping up from here? And especially if commodities start going down, do you see this as net pricing kind of going down given the competitive intensity in ICE? Or if not, then how long would it take in your view for this to be absorbed, the price increase impact?
See, India has got great opportunity in two-wheelers. I always believe that we have seen 10% plus CAGR in two-wheelers. That will come back. I think what 12 to 15 quarters of continuous. We are best in class. We are the best two-wheelers globally now in terms of all the technology, safety, and emission. But all this has happened in the last few years, and the GST at 28%. Smartphone is at 18%. So there are many things we have to look at when we look at, and government has invested in infrastructure. The public transport is not so great in India. There is a huge opportunity. People love the two-wheelers, and that is the biggest mobility need. So you will see the 10% coming back. Okay, then the technology portion, how much will be IC, how much will be what you call the EV. So the penetration, and I'm pretty confident that it's a question of time. I think the last 24 months or 18 months or 19 months, this COVID has created a huge uncertainty. If COVID wave 3, it is going to be mitigated, that will bring a lot of confidence, and rural is likely to do well going forward. So with all that, I'm pretty confident. If you ask me medium to long term about two-wheeler, it will do very well in terms of even CAGR.
Great. Thank you, sir, and all the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pratik Poddar from Nippon India. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Congrats on a great set of numbers. Just your thoughts on this PLI scheme which has been announced. Would you look to apply for it, because you have a very aggressive plan of 1,000 crores of capex? So that's question number one. Second question was just on TVS iQube, if you can, obviously, as you say, the customers are getting delighted. Just what is the customer profile of iQube who is buying? Is it a new category of customers for us, or is it someone who is buying a Jupiter who has gone on to buy an iQube? And last question is, I'm still not clear on the semiconductor issue. Are you seeing mean reversion or the issues getting ironed out in the next 2 months? And by Q4, can we expect a normalized production? Is that what you're trying to guide for?
See, semiconductor, I'll start from the last. Semiconductor is a combination of Texas deep freeze plus fire accident in Renaissance, Japan, and COVID happening in the last 3 months, plus consumer durables doing extremely well, and delay shipment. 4 or 5 factors all coming together. Suddenly, you are seeing this challenge of chips not available, semiconductor not available. Okay, so I think we have to little bit, and when you have little bit of arrears, it takes time. So you have to engage with the suppliers and with the manufacturers, and I think everyone wants to succeed, because the last thing anybody wants to miss is the sale opportunity. Okay, so that is the reason I'm saying, whether it is the deep freeze or the fire accident or COVID situation in Malaysia, where predominantly all these semiconductors are made, and sudden, in the COVID situation, first 3 months lockout, and then again pick up, then consumer durables doing similar. It's a sudden hike in many things and some stoppages of capacities. All put together, this has created a huge issue on the supplies. I think now, like I am saying, COVID wave 3, little bit vaccination settling down. See, this settling down of this COVID anxiety itself globally will start creating some kind of production capacity, availability, all that. Okay, so that is the point, and we have to constantly engage with every supplier in this category so that we are able to ramp up. Okay, that is one. PLI scheme, we are eligible. I think.
PLI scheme is we are eligible both with regard to the overall turnover criteria and also the fixed asset base.
Right.
Being in the electric vehicles, we will be entitled to only the twin conditions to be satisfied. Both will be satisfied with regard to the investment afresh to be made and also the turnover minimum criteria to be met. The percentage ranges, whatever it has been now prescribed, up to 2,000 and above 4,000 crores. So it depends on how much we do it. Therefore, on the prima facie, to answer, yes, we are entitled to, we are fulfilling the criteria.
And customer profile, TVS IQ?
Customer profile, see, any customer profile, when we started Bangalore, initially we got mostly the innovators. I call them in any product. I have always seen the innovators first coming.
Got it.
Okay, so the innovators, but now we are getting, people, the more and more they see, there are many assurance customers coming and say, this is a good scooter, so I would like to have it. What is most important is the usage. Okay, the difference between in a scooter, typical usage in India is, the entire family, 2 plus 2. They should be able to carry whatever bags or whatever. They should be able to go in any road condition. It should go in any flyover. So these conditions, once you meet, and which all, and in addition, they've got all the connectivity, digital, every element of technology in IQ.
Correct. So, sir, when you say assurance customer, I didn't understand. Is it someone? I'm assuming that the product is reliable and you've got that right. Whatever reviews I've seen.
That is a set of customers who will give you volume going forward. But when we talk about, I told you about product portfolio. I can give you, for example, we have a Scooty, we have Zest, then we have Jupiter Basic, then we have a ZX version, then there is a Classic version, there is a Grande version, then Ntorq. Even in Ntorq, we have a race version. So, you imagine the profile of the customer segment. Okay.
And sorry, if I may ask it the other way, does this cannibalize Jupiter sales in the cities which you have launched, or are you seeing a cannibalization, or it is not happening?
See, the more and more EV start, I think again I answered you. You will see scooter category expanding.
Got it. So this will build on to top of their base business, which is IC. This will not cannibalize, right?
Absolutely.
Best wishes for the future. Thanks.
Can you have this as a last question, please?
Thank you. We'll take the last question from the line of Amin Pirani from JP Morgan. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity and congratulations on a good set of numbers. Most of my questions have been answered. Just a few clarifications. You said that you are already in 33 cities for the IQ?
Yes.
Okay. And in terms of the new launches that you're talking about, so is it, will we see new scooters or three-wheelers, say, in the next 1 to 2 quarters, or is it more like in the next 4 to 5 quarters? If broad timeline, if you can help us.
close to the launch, I will reveal more details. Be excited with now Raider and enjoy with Jupiter 125.
Okay.
And of course, the BTO and Apache RTR 160 4V with urban, sporty, and rain modes and smart connect. I think we have done a lot of for each of the customer segment. We have a special feast for Diwali.
Sure. Thank you.
So before I close, once again,
only one update, KNR, on the performance of TVS Credit Service.
Yeah.
I just want to add that the company's book size have grown. We are at 11,420 crores today, and the profit for the quarter PBT is 35.10 crores as against last year's 14.3 crores, and the net worth stands at 1,658 crores. All other norms of capital adequacy all are fully met, very comfortably placed. Liquidity is not an issue. Business-wise, completely tied up funds as well as for the debt-related obligations. Just want to give a heads up about the good performance of TVS Credit Service, where the collections have been extremely good for the Q2, is around 2,400 crores as against the comparable quarter of around 1,800 crores. Just want to give an update.
Before we close, I just wanted to once again highlight, even though we got a 0.4% RODTP benefit in Q2, what we lost due to Apache loss of 25,000 is huge. Okay, despite all these headwinds and increase in cost, we achieved 10% in Q2 EBITDA. And wish all of you a happy Diwali. I am pretty confident that the kind of product range what we have, and whether it is Apache, Jupiter, Ntorq, Star range, HLX, Radeon, TVS King, and the new Raider and Jupiter 125, we will grow ahead of the industry. Our robust revenue growth, increased premiumization, better mix, and continued cost reduction initiatives will definitely help us to have sustained EBITDA trajectory growth going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Batliwala and Karani Securities, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.